Homelessness in Florida continues to increase, affecting tens of thousands of men, women, and children every day. Nearly 86,000 people are homeless on any given night in the state of Florida. This number is going to continue to increase unless my colleagues and I work collectively here in the legislature to approve new policies and resources to meet this crisis. Last year, I was happy to support the increase in funding for several homeless programs, including the Homeless Housing Assistance Program and funding to local homeless coalitions. The Homeless Housing Assistance funding increase to $7 million resulted in an increase of housing options for homeless men, women, and children by 31%. I encourage my colleagues, that is worth applauding, it really is. I encourage my colleagues to support these budget requests again this year, to continue the level of housing development and services that are so desperately needed to really have a positive impact on reducing our state's homeless population. Additionally, the funding to local homeless coalitions allowed these state-mandated organizations to draw in more than $58 million in federal homeless funding to our state. There are several ways that my colleagues can help this year, and I need your help in getting the message out to them. I am delighted to know that the members of the Hillsborough County delegation have taken the lead by introducing several bills aimed at helping homeless men, women, and children in our state. Representative Faye Culp, for example, and Senator Victor Christ have introduced bills that revise the definition of homelessness, which will allow a greater focus on preventing homelessness. This is a cost-effective alternative to waiting for a family or individual to literally be living in the street before they can be helped. Senator Arthenia Joyner has introduced a bill that aims to protect one of the state's most vulnerable homeless people. Florida currently ranks #1 in violent acts against homeless people. Senator Joyner's bill would make such crimes part of the state's existing hate crimes law, with stiffer penalties for those who purposely and intentionally target homeless people. In addition, affordable housing for Floridians at all income levels is critical as removing the cap on the Sadowski Housing Trust Fund, which would provide needed funding to the increased affordable housing options that all of Floridians need. This legislature has the ability right now, this session, to positively impact the lives of tens of thousands of homeless and near homeless men, women, and children. I encourage my colleagues to do so, and I thank you for giving it the attention it so richly deserves. Thank you. Well, what a lot of people don't realize is that homelessness is sometimes not a matter of choice, and a lot of homelessness is really a temporary condition. Somebody who's just lost their job unexpectedly, somebody who's just lost a loved one or a breadwinner for the family unexpectedly. So homelessness is a much more pervasive problem than what you might classically think as someone who has perhaps chosen through certain lifestyle decisions to be where they are. Nobody really chooses to be permanently out on the street, but finds themselves because of circumstances and money there. But for many families, those choices are made for them by extraneous factors. And by doing more for affordable housing, by doing more to ensure that they have the ability to retain those homes once they achieve that American dream, and that there are provisions made for retaining those even in the event of exigent circumstances. That's the focus that we have to help eliminate the root of the problem.